My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Elden Ring. There has to be a site of grace somewhere around here, right? We're making our way through the Mountaintop of Giants, attempting to find a location called Castle Souls, such that we can get the other half of the secret medallion. And in doing so, return to the Grand Lift of Rold and make our way north to the forbidden lands of the Erdtree. Sorry, the lands forbidden by the Erdtree, which would be the Haligtree. Right? Savvy? Okay. Yeah, I do actually want to get down to a ground level before we go up there. I imagine otherwise I am going to end up regretting it and having to come back this way anyway. It does look like those are just giant death roots. Ah, death root! Ah, speaking of death root, I need to go to Gronk. Let me just gonna give myself a... Nope. Oh, that's just Fogabloom spawning? Okay, I'm gonna give myself a marker to go to Gronk. Come on, buddy, remember. Gronk's a good friend. Some Fogabloom. Oh, boy. I don't think I need Fogabloom enough to actually go in there. Just thinking we're in a late game area, maybe there'll be an incredible density offered of Fogabloom. Maybe I go over and I just pick up one and it gives me 10 of them and I never need to do it again. Nuh-uh and no way. Outside Castle Soul, outside Castle Soul, outside Castle Soul. Come on, do it. Castle Soul main gate. Excellent. Let's see if I can get myself to the next level. Club of Newmans. Oh, that's less than I thought that gave you. And then I think that'll be well and truly over. Still not entirely certain what I'm prioritizing in my levels anymore. Actually, I do need to just get naturally one more faith so that I can wield the Sentry's Torch. Actually, speaking of, let's get that in our inventory. Two more faith. I need 2 more faith to wield it. Ooh. Excuse me, buddy. I misunderestimated you. Okay. Let's get back to something a little bit more comfortable for us. I think I'll take the damage negation and gain my claw talisman back as well. Own ballista, nothing else to put in that area. Oh, poor bud. Wait, hang on, you've got a breath attack. Oh, alright. Well played. I'll actually engage you. Ooh, just managed to smack that tail on the way away. Uh-oh. Oh! Chose the wrong side to go to first. Almost certainly lost all poise damage. Remarkable how short the range on this thing is. Maybe I need a slightly longer range heavy weapon. Like, the club's giant, but it just doesn't go far. Uh-oh. The main problem here is their relentless aggression. They may take one another out here. I have seen them do that before. I suppose it's going to be a little bit difficult to get them both to do melee attacks at the same time here. Alright. 1 down, Summer Smithing Stone 7, Beast Blood, and an Old Fang. Now it's just 1 remaining, who does seem to have taken damage the first one. Finish him! Thank you. I really need some more poise so that I can actually continue some of these shots while I am getting myself struck. Golden Rune 10. That actually might be one of the strongest arguments for just using the Great Club, so that I can also try and put on enough armor to get my poise just up to a reasonable barrier. The fewer things that cancel my heavy charged attacks, the far more often I'm going to win combats. Smithing Stone 5, so Somber 7, but normal Smithing 5 in this area. Curious. Almost looks like one of the areas from which a certain Dung-Eater might have been hanged. Some freezing crease. In fact, that would also make sense because he has a sun on the front of his outfit. And this is Castle Sol. You can see the obvious connection there. 4 frost boluses. Oh! Thank you for keeping me warm. Let me also swap that across, get Beastly Fatality out there, see if I can actually go on without any health resources to speak of. Thin Beast Bones and our attention being drawn to this opening. 4,000 from a single wolf. Yeah, they did have the benefit on them, but still wild. Does not open from this side. Through there we see a painting. Should also remember to keep my eyes towards the skies because there are those hawks. Keen to burn us if I look across the wrong way for just a moment too long. Uh-oh. Ah! Guardians of Destined Death. Why are you here? So we've seen them previously in the Fringe Folk Hero Grave at the very start of the game. They are exiles by base, but they do also have another effect on them, the Phantom Effect. I'm not sure what the Phantom Effect wholly means, but I do know that the folks who protect the Destined Death have this effect themselves. Get him. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna get got. Okay, let's try this. One down? I don't know, maybe this is even possible for us. Lost the Cerulean Tears. I just need to get to that side of grace. It's just behind him. I'm running. We're just doing it. Get him! It's more than enough. This temple is almost exactly reminiscent of the church in the Stormvale Castle. In particular, this room up forward and to the left would be where we would have met Regier, apparently.
Oh, great sun, wretched son of Sol, surrender yourself to the eclipse. Grant life to the soul
The Eclipse Shodor. Storied sword and treasure of Castle Sol that depicts an eclipsed sun drained of color, one of the legendary armaments. In Sol, the sight of an eclipse inspires a dreadful awe, preventing an onlooker from averting his gaze. Unique skill Death Flare set the lusterless sun ablaze with the Prince of Death's flames. There we have our destined death interaction again. Inflicting the death ailment upon foes. Follow up with an additional input to bring down the armament, triggering explosion. What? I thought this was going to be a non-combat room similar to the other shrine that we were in the past, but I guess not. There we go. All's well that ends well. Nothing for us to hold? Fine. Let's take down your compatriot and companion as well. I don't imagine this is just going to randomly open. Yeah, it seems like a part of the tile set more than anything else. Also, these ones reveal themselves just when you get close, right? Yeah, there we go. Frost boluses and some bolts. With the Side of Grace there, I can go back at any time, so I don't have to focus too much on that. Although, is this attempting to tempt me to get into an upper level of the area? I was thinking it might have been a Bloodborne jump through the window kind of situation. Smithing stone. I can see a boss fog already up, basically past the tip of the club in the other direction. That, I imagine, would be the fast path back up to the boss, taking an elevator that is triggered from farther below. Much farther below, it looks like. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. This isn't gonna go well for us, is it? Need to kill this one first. Thankfully, you actually did split up from your dogs. That would have been real awful to try and do if you were still there. Ah! See the heal? I counter with a kill. The Banished Knight's Halberd, which we have one of those already from Edgar the Revenger. Edgar also did drop the Shabriri Grape. I don't know if all of the Banished Knights are necessarily aligned with those who live in death. But some of them definitely are. Stone Sword Key right there. Nothing we'd care to jump off for. In fact, nothing like that in any direction. That said, if I did have to spend 2 Stone Sword Keys very recently, I'm not too cut up about getting a bunch more. Ah, yes. I think this is actually exactly what I was looking for. Because the bottom of this is not accessible. Right? Oh, slug time. Can I drop on you? Yes, and with ease. Ah. Okay, this is not the room I thought it was. I thought we might have been dropping into where the painting had been. And then we'd be opening a path back out. Alas. Eh, there's still more on the bottom level. So that is the area where I fought the beasts. I don't think I took that left initially to get back up, nor this forward. I think I was completely on the other side. However, yes, this would be the ability to get straight back to the boss fight from a bonfire. This isn't going to allow me to pull it, no, of course. But that kills not. Let's certainly not go back to a site of grace and respawn everything here. Would make no sense. I can hear you appear and disappear. Ah, there you are. I was wondering who fired that at me. Golden Rune. Speaking of who fired that at me. Good lord, we're just getting baited from one to the next. This one has bullets that explode. Take those Exile Greaves. Take a moment. Just wanted a momentary reprieve there. Because otherwise I'm going to have to rely on the inaccuracy of the enemy. Thankfully, it worked out for us. Ah. And we will be rewarded with, I have to imagine now, the painting. I don't want to risk dropping there. Hey! Sorcerer painting. I mean, I feel like I know exactly where that is. That's along this river. Looking in some direction. Towards the moon. And the rise is in the background? Okay, so we know the rise is... Actually, do we know where the rise is? I've seen the rise in the distance before. But that's while I was physically there, not while I was looking at a map. Rise structures are usually pretty easy to tell from the overmap as well. The only thing right now that looks like it could be a rise is here. In which case, the portrait would have been painted from around about here. I'm going to drop that down. Open this from the other side as well. And return to our height. Although I don't think there's anything else I can even get from this. Right, this is like our second dead end. It's exactly that. Okay, so now I'm looking to go over and ascend on the other side. How do we do that? Whew. Huge amount of drops there. Looks like going up and through or around even that building. So you can see an item already hanging off. That's the way to go. Again, let's take the easy options for healing. Or at least the more easily renewable ones. This area seems exceptionally overguarded. Mushroom. All to stop me from jumping out? Ah. Not how I wanted to drop. Okay, now I think I actually will just take the opportunity to teleport back into the Church of Eclipse. Yeah, we're gonna respawn some nonsense. Oh well. I never really noticed this door was closed on both sides there. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly where I wanted to go. Let's unlock the shortcut back down, and then we can go get our runes and fight the boss, I think. Ah. So that's where you'd like me to jump from. An item hanging off of that side as well. Let's go with this one first. Really? Oh! He knows I'm here! Hey, buddy. What's up? You are a warrior. Oh, it's gonna feel great to die to you. Unfortunately, you don't do much damage at all, but it wasn't impressive to see unsheath and teleport directly behind me. Cerulean Amber Medallion +1 for... That is more FP restoration, right? No, that's the Seed Talisman, so it's just vastly raises maximum FP, but... I think I already had the +2, and then I found the +1 just now? Yeah, that's the reward for the end of that path. Let's back up again. And find another more appropriate location for dropping down. If only there were a golden opportunity afforded to me slightly earlier that was definitely pointed out by the game. Such as one here. Alas. Yeah, that one's got rats in the bottom, so it is new to me. It's like 100% sure I don't need to kill this person. I don't know, let's give it a go. Over that edge for those. That's back down to nothing as well. Alright, rats. Let's duel. I think I can probably actually survive this fall. Lord, thank heck I decided to go with the holy ground there. That was actually almost a little bit of a nightmare. 3 smithing stone 7s. That is an incredible bounty. I've been looking for things like that for a huge period of time. We have so many damn upgrades to get as a result of that. Well, hang on, Doc. That was supposed to be our progression path. A rune arc is nice, but it's not going to do it. Okay. What part have I missed? Access from height there, access from height there. Again, I would like not to have to respawn the enemies. It's honestly just probably worth my while at this point to roam around and see if I can see any shut doors still. mean, this had to be opened from one direction, so this gives us more height again. If I recall correctly, there was nothing I could jump down to from here that looked like it was going to be useful. So we can take the path out of here up towards that entire other area with no discernible benefit. Right. Now, I did forget that there was going to be an enemy on the ballista behind us. Well done to them on that front. Run away and respawn everyone. Haven't really got a choice, I don't think. That's the Soul Main Gate. Back to the Church of Clips. I mean, is it as simple as I ignored a ladder? Almost certainly, yes. Yeah, I already got that item, that's fine. It's seeming less and less like that. Doesn't this just take us back to the path with the ballistas? And then that's where we got a stone sword key. But the real treasure was the friends we met along the way, specifically the ability to jump away from this area. Not represented again as a benefit here, though. And down here goes to the snails. Snails don't matter. Around and across. Where am I losing all of my height? We're starting to get into the realm of me considering that there are illusory walls or something around that I haven't seen. I forget any of these paths for a decent period of time. Until I pursue them enough to go, oh, okay, hang on. I'm starting to slightly recognize the opening here. Hang on. And that's you from there, but we already tried those from the other directions. Ah, I see it. It's this. It's kind of absurd that it is this. But that'll get us to this item, Somber Smithing Stone 8. Neat. That actually might be as far as that one gets us, though. So I'm clearly trying to get as high and up as I can in that direction. I know that this tier directly above me, I have access to the entirety of it, but I can't get any further up than that right now. I can't see any ladders along the bottom side of that. I can see the lift that we ultimately have to send back down, but I don't have the ability to send it back down. And we have this wide open area that I really can't utilize at all. Have I never gone inside? Wow. To be honest, I just assumed this was letting out from an area that I had definitely already been. Oops. It's one of you! One of the ones with Warzone! Oh boy. Speaking of warning, use a little next time before getting absolutely murderized. Actually worked surprisingly well. I'm pretty sure I was going to take lethal damage to this guy while I was doing it. Okay, next up. Perfect. Let's also get a light source for ourselves. Present Moon Axe. Yeah, pretty much exactly the environmental storytelling we might expect here. Bunch of cages. Bunch of burned bodies inside them. There we go. I can't believe you didn't protect your back immediately after that attack. What's up, bud? Don't make it too easy on me now. I will say I should keep myself on high alert in this specific area. We can see that silver blood, meaning that those enemies are Albinorics. I've accidentally called enemies that aren't Albinorics before. Oops, oops, oops. I know to look for the blood now. But specifically, because Latena was also an Albinoric, so we might expect things that are related to the secret medallion to possibly be hidden in this area. I don't know if it's going to be hidden in this area or if it's just going to be like the gift for ultimately defeating it. All right. Piece of fatality. Let's go. Commander Neil. Ah, hello. You're alive. I'm like 100% certain I killed you. It's like a really important thing I did. Because otherwise I wouldn't have had the ability to kill Bok accidentally. Let me make exceptionally clear that was entirely accidental. I wouldn't have done it if I couldn't. Oh, not commanding rot here. Showing off your commanders. Frostbite and magic, it looks like. Ah, lightning. Oh. Okay, so we can actually be in your first AoE. That doesn't count as a strike or contribute one. Cool. I suspect I'm going to do this fight a lot of times. Because my man, fearsome. And of course, there is a very, very quick path to get to them, so it's always a pretty big tell. He is also summoning in the area. So it's totally reasonable for me to also summon in the area if I wanted to. But I'm gonna need to get better at controlling just one enemy that has a lot of area denial itself. Oh yeah, no, this is the path I'm looking for. Thought I'd gotten all turned around. Giant Cannon's definitely not going to be useful in this fight. I wonder if Giant Crusher would be useful enough. I think so. Let's give it a go. I'm not going to be actively blocking a lot in this fight. One down. Damn near instantly as well. And I'll try to buff his summons as they died. So that's a self-buff he's giving. It's almost like he's buffing his leg with lightning damage there and then swinging it at us. Oh, that's exactly what's happening. And that can happen exceptionally quickly. Oh, okay, so that's a prosthetic that he's actually got there. And it seems to have an emergent blade, which he imbues with lightning. Okay, so he's doing a lot of lightning damage. At this point, I think Bolt Drake Talisman is a completely reasonable pickup. I could also consider... Well, changing basically any of my armor puts me into heavy load now. Okay, maybe I don't need to consider it. Maybe this is the right outfit for us. How about a grease? I mean, fire seems the most appropriate, right? Given their whole theming. Buddy, are you ready for this greasy ass fire? I don't know entirely. Can I buff both weapons with the flame grease before going into the battle? It's going to be exceptionally expensive in terms of its resource cost, but... Yep. Oh no, okay, it only... If I put one away, it'll only keep the one out on fire. Damn. I almost want to leave the summon on the field so that Neil is doing more buffs like this. Because Neil himself being part of the fight is actually way worse. So that's the wind up for that attack. And then you might buff your leg and run at me. Yep. It's a late roll. And follow up with some exceptionally heavy damage there. Kind of amazed by how long he was out of action after doing that attack. Maybe that's an attack I need to take better advantage of when I see him do it. Oh boy. I need to get away so I can get some endurance back. All right, buddy. Oh, no! Endurance. I didn't even need the endurance. I needed the health there. Okay. Got as much health back as I can, and... Damn it! Ah, I figured I might have been able to follow up the kill there. Sure. If at any point in that entire fight I managed to get poise damage off, they'd be dead. So I feel pretty confident still. Man, I really want to put that mausoleum on the ground just so it stops making noise. I don't even care about the 40,000 souls or whatever I'd get from it. I just don't want to hear the bong. Is there ever a chance I even use the Golden Land in this fight? Because if not, maybe I should consider allowing myself to use Endure. Endure from the Giant Crusher is assume an anchored stance to brace for incoming attacks, briefly boosting poise. Damage taken is decreased at the time. Ultra Talisman. Yeah, I still think that's probably our best loadout there, though. I'm not gonna bother by getting the fire. I can't get any of my attacks to connect for the absolute life of me right now. Well, I left my souls much closer to the entrance. How about that at least? Oh boy. Maybe I should just go back to the one weapon. Because if I do that, I can then also upgrade my armor. The robustness giving us a lot more defense. Also, if I don't need to have the air trees favor +1, although it is pretty huge, I was going to consider rolling away from that. Maybe giving myself some more defense to Frostbite. But I think this big coat ought to do that enough. Alright, Neil, you and me. Grudge match. Don't even summon at the start. Don't even bother. Just immediately kick me in the face with the lightning. Hang on, let me set these correctly. This one is fancy spin. That's it. It's the only one I need. And now, especially considering I am just going to be wielding the one big weapon, makes a whole mess of sense to get it hot. Open with the charged attack. Uh-oh. I did not want to buff my weapon again. I was more than fine with the amount of buff my weapon had at the time. Oh, gosh, that worked out well. All right, Neil. Now you. Maybe not. An early double heal and then roll that late. I can't believe he managed to hit me with that cheeky backstrike, and yet my charged heavy was not close enough. Again! Okay, I'm not using charged heavies on this anymore. It would be exceptional. Sorry, it's not that I'm not using them anymore at all, but it would be exceptional if it would work in response to some of the enemy's attacks there. But they just managed to perfectly be the right distance for it, even if I am directly touching their skeleton. I still can't hit them with that. So I should probably just revert to trying to do jump attacks there instead. That's really unfortunate. Like, I was in contact with his body, and yet the charged heavy was not capable of hitting him. How? Maybe if I was playing unlocked, it'd be a bit more accurate there. Get some skin in the game. Now it's really going to cost us. I think I might also take the opportunity to use my first... yes, build up a frost. Use my first white invigorating cured meat. Perfect. Alright, buddy. You're not even ready for this. Down. Okay, now we can get to the normal part of the fight. Take a sip of this. Another early heal, see if he kicks his leg up. He does. Okay, I actually did manage to get a charged heavy up there. And we managed to break his poise. Thank you. I'm gonna actually take some distance here. Wow. I'll tell you, I thought I was actually gonna be able to take the distance. That's the attack that he goes wild for. And as a result, loses a huge amount of time afterwards recovering too. That should be down. Perfect. I found the right positions for using the heavy attacks now. Perfect. Veteran's prosthesis and 90,000. Let's have a look at this prosthesis. Unique skill, Storm Kick. Yep, that'll be the one. Thrust the prosthetic leg blade into the ground, creating a storm, follow up with a strong attack to perform a lightning-infused jumping attack. I can actually use this weapon, so let me look. Let me just look. I gotta see. Where is it? Hey, but it's not going to be on my foot. Ah, that's pretty cool. And it is a fist-type weapon? Ooh, it does lightning damage without actually requiring any faith attunement either. There's a lot of appeal in that weapon. Let's tag those back on, and my champion's pauldron too. No specific damage types to prepare ourselves against. So I can probably just use this best as boosted flask healing. I think that's also just... yeah, it's about a level and a half for us. I'm going to even clock in this level before we end, just guaranteeing that I do. And that's it. We now have the ability to use the sentry torch. Let me tag that on. However, We also have the ability to jump over here to the credit screen as we say that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Elden Ring. Series playlist up in the top left. YouTube recommendation down below. String past the names of people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank you and a special thanks to this episode to 3D. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.